If I had to move to Salida, Colorado all over again, there are certain neighborhoods that I'd seriously be considering right now. Because as you know, looking at homes on Zillow can only get you so far, and experiencing an area is significantly more valuable. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 neighborhoods in the Salida, Colorado area that I would seriously consider if I was moving here. And you're going to want to stick around until the end because I give you a bonus up and coming area that you won't want to miss. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. This channel is all about living in Salida, Colorado and the real estate market here. So if that interests you, please be sure and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you're the first to know when new informative videos become available. My name is McCarthy and I am a realtor that specializes in Salida, Colorado and surrounding areas. And I get calls all the time from people just like you looking to move here. So whether you're thinking of moving here in a few weeks or a few months, please reach out to me. Let's schedule a time to chat and I'd be happy to chat with you about living here and help you make a smooth transition to the Salida, Colorado area. Okay, so let's talk about 3 neighborhoods in Salida that I would personally consider if I were to do it all over again and move here. Okay, so the first area is downtown Salida. The downtown area is the intersection of F Street and 1st Street. And so there's a whole commercial area that goes off until 3rd Street. And then as you go up, our area has numbered streets that go all the way up to 16. And we have lettered streets that go across. So what I'm talking about here for the purposes of this video is kind of the whole grid area of the downtown area. So not necessarily the commercial district, but just the neighborhood around there. So we have Alpine Park that is nearby, and all around Alpine Park and the downtown grid area, you've got homes that anywhere from the late 1800s all the way to modern times. So sometimes people will either scrape a home and completely rebuild on the lot, or just preserve an older home and remodel it. Or some homes are just simply older and you have everything that goes along with that. But either way, there's just a hodgepodge of different ages of homes, different styles of homes. The lots tend to be a little bit closer together, but you are in the heart of downtown Salida, which is just a huge draw to living here. So many people who want to live here are initially drawn to the downtown area. We have a really vibrant vibe. It's a really wonderful commercial area in the heart of downtown that is right by a river. We have the Riverside Park there, everything that the river has to offer, as well as boutiques and restaurants, and we are a creative arts district, so there's a huge vibrant art scene here. And so ultimately being really close to that is a huge draw. And if you're choosing to move here, that is where a lot of people start, and rightly so. It's walkable to the downtown, the attractions of the downtown area, and it's bikeable as well. Many people who live downtown hardly ever drive a car because they're either walking or riding their bike because it's so convenient and close. So if I were to do it all over again, that's definitely an area that I would consider. It has its pros and cons. Some people don't want to be that close to everything, but if that's something that you're interested in, then it's definitely a good area to consider. Additionally, when you're considering that downtown neighborhood, homes tend to hold their value significantly more than outside of town. Now, homes also come more of a premium. The cost per square foot tends to be higher in the downtown area, particularly for any home that's been remodeled or is newer, but they also hold their value. So you are making a good real estate investment if you're purchasing a home in the downtown area. Okay, neighborhood number 2. I'm going to talk about another little part of town. Salida is pretty small, so I'm going to just kind of talk about parts of town. So the next part of town is the Mesa, is what it's called, but it's an area just outside, about a mile outside of town, that's a little bit higher up in elevation, and not a whole lot, but just kind of up the hill. And there's homes there that tend to be anywhere from the 1950s to modern day. And so you've got different ages of homes in that area as well, but you are just outside of town. You tend to be on larger lots. There's usually mature trees there, and it's because of its proximity to the downtown area. It's just a really short bike ride into town. So that is also a very coveted area as well. But if I were to do it all over again, I would definitely consider living there. Again, you've got homes that hold their value a lot more, and it just is a more popular part of town. And within the Mesa area, there's two subdivisions nearby. There's Crestone Mesa and also Cottonwood Green. Those are both just little small communities in the Mesa area. The golf course is right by both of those communities, and they're just smaller little HOA communities, and those are both really closely located to Franz Lake, which is an amazing part of town. You're a little bit higher up, so you've got those mountain views, but there's a lot of trails nearby, and it's really easy to pop over to Franz Lake, which is, in my opinion, one of the nicer parts of Salida. And again, you're super close to the downtown area, so you just kind of ride your bike down the hill and you're there in a few minutes. Okay, neighborhood number 3, the Methodist Mountain area. So this is going to be to the south of town, just a mile or two outside of Salida, and at the base of Methodist Mountain. So this area is gonna have more trees. You've got some more pinyon and pine trees out there. So it's a little bit of a different terrain there, but you're just right outside of the downtown Salida area. So it's about an 8-minute car drive from the Methodist Mountain area, kind of depending on where you are out there. You're really close to the Methodist Mountain Trail System, which is one of our trail networks that attracts a lot of mountain bikers and hikers to the area. So you're very close to trails. You're just outside of town where you feel secluded, and so you can have the feel of being in a secluded mountain area and have those mountain views while still being really close to town. I know when I talk to people who necessarily don't want to be in the downtown grid area and really close to the neighbors, they'd rather have a little bit more space, maybe an acre or more, and have perhaps a custom mountain home with some breathing room, but they still want to be close to town. I always recommend to look at the Methodist Mountain area because it has all of those things. It's a really nice part of town. And so within the Methodist Mountain area, you've got Methodist Mountain Estates, you've got Fawn Ridge, you have a few communities just in that whole area to choose from. Okay, so of those 3 neighborhoods, there is a bonus area that I want to talk about that is not necessarily a neighborhood of Salida. It's actually the town right next door, which is called Poncha Springs. It's about 10 minutes outside of downtown Salida. And this is an up and coming area. It is its own town. And so there are little communities and neighborhoods within Poncha Springs that I won't get into too much right now, but I just want to point out Poncha Springs as a whole as an option if you are interested in this area and perhaps you want to be a little bit closer to Monarch Mountain. Poncha Springs is just west of Salida, and so you're closer to Monarch Mountain, or you want to find something that's a little bit more affordable than the downtown Salida area. Poncha Springs definitely offers that. You can still get homes more affordable there. The price per square foot is lower, and there's a lot of development happening there right now. There's several new communities coming up, so you can get a nice newer home at a much lower price than you would in downtown Salida if you're exploring Poncha Springs. A few of those newer communities, you've got Poncha Meadows, Tailwinds, and Crossroads Village, just to name a few. And so if you're interested in Poncha Springs, I also have a full video about Poncha Springs, the pros and cons of living there, as well as a neighborhood tour. So to check out those videos to do a little bit more of a deep dive into what it's like to live in Poncha Springs. I just wanted to bring it up to you as an option here because it really is a good choice if you're looking in the Salida area. Okay, what about you? Let me know in the comments below where you would live if you were to move here again. I'm curious where you would move to if you were going to move to the Salida, Colorado area. If you have any questions about living in the Salida, Colorado area, please reach out to me. All of my contact information is below. I'm happy to be a resource for you. And either way, I greatly appreciate your time in watching. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.